Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's it going, Jamie?
Not too shabby.
Too heavy.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. If I fall asleep during the show, somebody poke me. Been going nonstop since like 7:30 this morning.
Oh no.
No, I'm good.
You need to put your phone, sit on your phone, put on vibrate, so at least I can buzz you.
Yeah.
The messaging don't work when you're sleeping.
That's true. We know this for a fact, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Trying to throw things at the Rob.
Wake up. Wake up. I was in deep meditation.
A very deep meditation.
Very. Hopefully I was muted and wasn't.
Meanwhile, I was scrambling my brain.
Is he just snoozing or did he pass out? Yeah, Zariana, it's been a long, long day. So how's everybody doing on this wonderfully weird Wednesday? I don't know. There might be some meditation tonight. I guarantee you I'll go under.
Yeah, and I won't be far behind. And I drool and snore. More than once I've woken up with my face on the keyboards like this with teeth marks in my face for an hour after.
Yep. Oh, man.
What's Lady Assassin doing? I think she's sleeping.
Her character's not moving. She's just standing in the corner.
She's just sniping.
Yeah, vibrate the phone. That'll work. Yeah, we were at my last gig.
Where they got them.
What's that?
Where they got them underwear, the remote.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You could put those on before a show.
I'm wearing mine right now. So I should give you the remote.
Yep. What are you saying?
I have no idea. I was reading Zach's post. He's got a Tabernacle Goliath Perfecto.
Isn't Tabernacle where Mormons go? Isn't that like a temple
If they do,
for somebody?
they're rolling cigars if they're there. A Tabernacle
Jewish.
Goliath Perfecto. I'm guessing that's not with the name Goliath. I'm assuming that's not a small cigar, a petite.
No, it's
Yeah.
like Magnum. It's a perfect large Tabernacle. What's it taste like?
Yeah, I need that shock collar. Yeah, on my upper thigh. Put one on each upper thigh.
Make it dance.
Yeah. Or one of those tens units. I kind of like those.
I had one of those for my back. Are you talking about like with the little pads?
Yep.
Yeah, I had those for my back, but it didn't work so well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I remember this. Remember the one-eyed chiropractor hot girl I was telling you about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, when I used to get her, they had the full badass tens unit, like the Frankenstein table that you lay down on, and they hook all these little electrodes up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, I'm gonna start this out like, really low, and I'm gonna increase it, and you tell me if it gets uncomfortable. And I was like, all right. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. Are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah. Why? Yeah. Are you, like, crank it up. And she's like, hold on a minute. And she went and got like 3 of the other girls in the office, and she's like, look at this guy. They had the thing like cranked all the way up as high as it would go. And I was just laying there going, this feels good. She's like, nobody's ever had it this high. I'm like, yeah, weirdos.
Mine was a portable one that the doctor gave me. Like my insurance covered it, and it had a little zip bag and everything, and it had like a 4 pads to put wherever, and you could control each.
Yep.
Didn't do shit for me.
Really?
Jeff loved it. Loved the hell out of it. In fact, I let him keep it.
Yeah.
But it didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, we got a couple of them around here. I like them a lot, but yeah, I turn them all the way up to where I'm like sitting in the chair going.
What's worse than the F word, Linda? Tabernacle is French for every cuss word out there. For real?
Yeah, word.
I was just saying today, I found a meme. I need something stronger than the word fuck. I sent it to my mom because she said it the other day too. Like, I just need, like, nowadays a word stronger than fuck. So is tabernacle really worse than the F word? And is it racist in any way? Like, am I going to say it and piss off the wrong people? Or just piss them off?
Yeah, if I haven't pissed you off yet, just wait. Your turn's coming.
Yeah. I guess I could Urban Dictionary it.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that I tried. It was one of those massage chairs. I went over to this dude's house. That sounds weird right in itself, doesn't it? I went over to this dude's house talking about massage chairs. We were playing music over there, and he had got this massage chair like off a marketplace or something. I don't know. Thing was like brand new. He's like, yeah, sit in it and check it out. I sat in it, and he turned it on and handed me the remote. It had like a remote control thing, and I'm just going through the whole remote like it would change like all over the place. was like, oh yeah, I gotta get me one of these.
Did it have the weird knuckly things in your back where it feels like the weird booby things that are like
Yep. Yeah, it had everything. It had all the bells and whistles and zappers and vibrators.
Yes, you have to shake your fist in the air when you yell it. I think she's fucking with me. You're like, Tabernac! Oh my god.
Yeah, the Capcom is a pretty good word.
Oh,
It
shit.
has so many meanings. Can be used in so many situations. I don't know.
Mhm.
Don't know of another word that can be used that in that many situations. Shit's kind of
I
close.
was just gonna say a shit comes close.
Comes close, but it's still not on the same level.
But the tone of fuck can mean like so many like fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
Fuck. What the fuck? Who the fuck? How the fuck? Yep. Good thing we're not on the radio.
Yeah. Oh, I love saying shit fuck. That's the best. Like when I can't think of what's gonna come out of my mouth the fastest, it usually comes out of shit fuck.
Yeah.
Like when we're playing the game.
Oh yeah, I know. I got some choice ones that come out.
Mother shit fuck.
Go crap! She's recording this. I gotta check myself.
You what?
I say I gotta check myself sometimes. Yeah, I had some good words, like laying under the boat, and racking my knuckles. When the wrench.
Oh.
Yeah, some choice words come out. My neighbors are like, "Whoa,
That's mean.
crazy man's over there again. Don't get near him."
That's annoying pain.
Yeah. Or like when you full blown like walking through the house real quick and you jam your toe like on a chair leg. Even if you don't cuss, some cuss words come out at that point.
Yeah, that's when sometimes it constitutes kicking a hole through the wall.
Yeah.
With the other foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can throw a string out in that case.
Yep. I remember talking to you one time and you were like wearing flip-flops when you like totally like ate it and racked your foot when you were wearing the flip-flops. I think you were working on a boat too with Jeff or something like that. Or we were talking about a boat. Something. I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't doubt it. What I do sound like I'd
Yeah.
a real foul mouth. I was ready to go ham on that chick across the street too. Like, put your dog back on her leash.
Yeah, it was funny today. I was telling Jamie, I got my my back lot in back of my house. It was totally overgrown, trees and pepper trees and palmettos and just scrub oaks and all kinds of crap. And it's been that way for a while. I had like another 75 feet of my property that was just all overgrown, and I had it cleared today. And I asked my neighbor, if he kind of wanted to go in with me on it since he lives right next door, and his property was all overgrown. And he was like, no, kind of short notice. I don't think I can swing it money wise and blah, blah, blah. And the guy got here this morning at 8:00 and fired up this wicked ass brush hog stump grinding devil machine from hell. And within 10 minutes of him being here, my neighbor came out and was like, holy crap. Yeah, I think I want my property done too. And then when they were doing his, the neighbor next to him came out. The guy called me that owns a company, and he's like, man, thanks to you, you're keeping us busy all day with all your neighbors.
Oh, did you see Marie on YouTube? She's got one of those chair pads that massage your back.
Ah.
But she doesn't like it. She says
Yeah. Yeah, I've like watched and like studied a lot of massage therapy and stuff, and considered to be pretty good at it. And like when Sam was living here, I'd always rub her neck and her back and stuff, and she'd always want me to do it harder and harder, and I'd be like just like grinding it like anybody else. They would have been squealing. It was like the deep tissue massage from hell.
So it looks like when we run our boxes later that we're going to be looking for a Philip Bishop.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I get him like a lot on everything I run. Doesn't matter what it is. Radio, app, doesn't matter.
Well,
yeah, that is good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Philip Bishop, but and I've looked for him here, like in all the cemeteries. I've looked for him in Find a Grave. Nowhere to be found is there a Philip Bishop around here. And they're getting them where you're at, so it's weird. Who knows? The one thing we did get, like Sam would always be getting Philip Bishop, and she was like researching. And one night we were doing the ghost box, and we asked who was Philip Bishop, and it said not human. So don't exactly know what that entails, but maybe it's not a human spirit. Maybe it's something else.
Well, to go along with, what's been trending lately with these monoliths, whether they're copycats or artists, little green men. Those mysterious metal monoliths that have been popping up worldwide. Well, Bansky is not behind them. I guess people are reporting they think that some artist named Bansky is the one doing all these monoliths. No representative for the famed British street artist told the Post, ever since the first structure of its kind was spotted deep in a Utah desert last month, people online have been guessing whether or not the reclusive artist had a role. And then there's just a bunch of like tweets from people. Like, honestly, I could see Bansky having something to do with the monolith. If you're on a flight, you see a guy trying to stuff a stainless steel monolith in the overhead bin, you just found Bansky. So it's an ongoing joke now. The term Plansky even gained traction on social media as people suggested Bansky had something to do with similar looking installations that have appeared in Romania, Las Vegas, the Netherlands, atop Pine Mountain in California, and on a bench in the Isle of Wight, south coast of England. So these things are just popping up everywhere now. With Bansky's rep ruling out his involvement, it's still unclear who's behind the monoliths. The most famous artist appears to have claimed credit for the Utah one. And they talk about it going back to 2015. So, yeah, definitely we've got more of these popping up, whether they're copycats or stunts for some reason. Now, an interesting sculpture that popped up.
I don't see how they consider. I don't see how they get the link that Banksy is doing those though, because his art is like nothing like that monolith.
I know, it's nothing even close to it.
Yeah.
I was looking some of it up, like in the when I was reading this, I'm thinking, how would you look at that and then think him? It's not even.
Yeah, I mean his is like
close
pencil art and stuff. And
yeah. Sketch art.
Yep. But yeah.
But people need something to talk about.
Well, the next one, something to talk about.
So in the Bavarian mountains, I forgot already how to say the word again. Was it phallus?
Yep. Phallic or phallus.
A phallus sculpture mysteriously pops up in the Bavarian mountains.
Pops up.
Ba-dun-dun-dun. Make sure I screenshot this one. In Berlin, just days after a large phallus sculpture mysteriously disappeared from a Bavarian mountainside, a similar wooden carving has appeared in its place. Oh, so I guess there was one before that. The saga began several years ago when a 2-meter tall, almost 7-foot tall sculpture appeared on the 1738-meter high mountain in southern Germany. It quickly became a selfie magnet for hikers and even featured on Google Maps, where it was described as a cultural monument. The sculpture toppled over several weeks ago, only to be erected again. Last weekend, it vanished entirely, with only a pile of sawdust left behind. Even as local police probe the disappearance, the tale took a further twist Thursday with the discovery that a new, slightly larger carving of male genitalia had appeared at the site, propped up with wooden beams. So I guess the rocks are the nuts. Are those rocks?
Yeah. They're rocks or something. They look like rocks. They look like nuts. I mean rocks.
Yeah.
Man, that's one cold callback.
So I guess you could just sit right there in the middle of them and just be like, yeah, for your selfie spot. I would definitely sit between the two nuts.
Let's put a giant dick in the front yard.
It's a cultural monument. Because humans are such dicks.
Got that right.
I love people, but people as a whole, not so much. I love people individually.
We are the worst creature on the planet, pretty much. But hey, it is what it is, and we got to live with it and make the best of it.
I don't care. They could put 1,000 dicks up on a hill. It's not going to bother me none.
Yep. Unless they're like small, like tree, you know, at least if they're big like this, you see them. If they were just like smaller, you could like trip on them, stub your toe on a dick in the snow. So
I would
I guess is what I'm
probably
saying.
play
Is size
with the
doesn't
dick.
matter.
Just go
Yeah, at
play
least it's
with
in
the dick.
Florida. But I'm sure there's some dick sculpture somewhere here in Florida.
I'm sure there's a lot more than we know of.
Yeah. I have a crystal dick here somewhere. Can you believe I just admitted that? Looks just like this one, except it's smaller. And it's quartz crystal.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me.
No, I didn't. I seriously heard part, and I was responding to a message.
I said I have a crystal dick here.
A real dick?
Well, as real as a quartz crystal dick can be.
You have a crystal dildo?
Well, yeah, it's not real. I wouldn't consider it
A massager?
It's small. It's only like that big. It's like cocktail wiener size.
No.
But they have one up here at the Mystical Rock Shop that is pretty much life size. And I have thought about purchasing it just because I'm a weirdo.
How did you acquire this crystal dick?
I saw it and I bought it. I was like, look at that. It's a crystal dick. I got to have one of those. That's not something you see every day. You know, I collect the weird. And at that particular moment in time, I was like, well, that's pretty damn weird. And that's saw the big one up at the rock shop, and I was like, now I have crystal penis envy. This one's bigger.
I was just trying to get back on our chat here, and Keith has a post: psychedelic drug DMT to be tried in UK to treat depression.
Yeah, they're using mushrooms for all kinds of stuff now too. Yeah, it probably is dishwasher safe, but mine's really small. So, yeah, can you believe I just said that too? That came out weird. Yeah, it's officially weird now. Yeah, they have candles like that too. I've seen some of those. How? Ask, where have I seen those? I don't know. Dishwasher safe dicks. Gotta have them. Hey, you know, there was just not while we're talking about dicks and stuff and dildos and all that. There, you know, there was an article in all seriousness of warning people not to buy the cheap sex toys that were on Amazon and places like that. Because people were getting these wicked infections and stuff from these cheap Chinese.
Because the porous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it had the porous outside of it.
Yep.
And that's why everyone was talking about the crystal ones so much, because they're like, and there's no porous material for blah, blah, blah to get stuck in.
Don't be buying them cheap sex toys. You get the good stuff. People that are just tuning in and are like, what in the hell are they talking about now? Damn weirdos talking about rubber dicks. Yeah. Well, I don't have a dick story. I got a couple kind of morbid ones. It's real life, you know. And let's see. This one is this. Hey, I'm proud to say, as morbid as this one is, it's not in Florida. It's in freaking California. So this one's all on you, Jamie. I just saw this one today, and it's pretty disgusting. Yes. A California personal trainer has been arrested after son 12 and daughter 13 are found decapitated in the family home. Yep, you read that right.
Both the kids were decapitated?
Yes. Well, if you're gonna do it, you can't just do one. You gotta do them both. Sick bastard. A 34-year-old personal trainer was charged on Tuesday with decapitating his 12-year-old son and 13-year-old daughter at their California home. Maurice Taylor Sr., who works at a physical therapy center in Santa Monica, has been charged with 2 felony counts, each of murder and child abuse, under circumstances likely to cause great bodily harm. You think you chopped their damn head off? Great, likely to cause. Fucking got your head chopped off. That's
And I
about it.
don't think you have to worry about the child abuse up to that point, because I think the murder charge and the decapitation, what is that? That's whatever of a corpse. You're not, once somebody's dead and then you can't
Mutilated or whatever.
mutilate. Yeah, it's something of a corpse. Like, I
Yep.
mean, this is he like a religious like nut? Did he think he had like religious reasons for doing this, or what the hell is his problem?
Freaking psycho. According to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department news release, the Los Angeles County Fire Department responded to a report of a possible gas leak at Taylor's home on Friday morning after receiving a call from one of Taylor's clients, who previously told the Los Angeles Times she was worried after Taylor failed to send a Zoom link for a scheduled training session. Fire personnel arrived at the home located at the 45,000 block of Century Circle around 7:50 a.m. and discovered the 2 children dead inside. After being notified by fire officials, the LA County Sheriff's Department Lancaster Station deputies responded to the scene. According to the release, the son and daughter were found suffering from lacerations and stab wounds. Later reports confirmed the children were decapitated. Sick bastard. Taylor was arrested on Friday on suspicion of murder, the LA Times reported. According to CBS Los Angeles, the suspect was ordered to be held in lieu of $4.2 million bail while awaiting his court hearing on December 21st. If convicted, Taylor could face up to 57 years and 4 months to life in a state prison. Got to get that 4 months in there. The LA County Sheriff's Department has not responded for requests or more comments. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is being asked to contact LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau at 323-890-5500. This guy shouldn't be
54 years. There's people doing drug charges longer than that. He decapitated 2 human beings, his own children.
Yeah. They should take him out in the back, dig a hole, shoot him in the balls or the leg or something, let him fall in the hole, then pour gas on him and light him on fire, and then bury him after he dies.
There's a special place in hell for people like that, but 54 years? How old is he? And does he get time? Does he get parole? Did he give him information or something? And I mean, strike a deal? How the hell do you only get 54 freaking years when you obviously premeditated, planned that out? You can't say you snapped and decapitated 2 people.
Yeah. Yeah. They should just, there should be special circumstances for people like
Our
that.
justice system is fucked.
Exactly.
All around. No, it's not fair to the kids. Nothing's going to bring them back, and that's definitely not justice.
Yeah, that's sick.
I agree, Christina.
Well, speaking of dead people, let's do another morbid one. Because I don't know if any of you all are familiar with this person on Instagram, but was she murdered? inside the mysterious death of an Instagram influencer found along a Texas roadside. And here is her picture, obviously, before she was found on the roadside.
Oh, I gotta run to the bathroom.
This one, it says, on Friday after Thanksgiving, Alexis Sharkley left her apartment and vanished without a trace. When she didn't return, her husband Tom began reaching out to Alexis' friends and family members, asking them if they had seen the vivacious young woman who had become a well known Instagram influencer. Tom Sharkley did not report his wife missing, but a friend notified police. We are so very desperate, her mother wrote on Facebook on November 28th. Please help us find her and bring her home. But the following morning, just 2 days after she was last seen, the family's worst nightmare came true. A sanitation truck driver saw a pair of feet protruding from the bushes on the side of the road, discovered Alexis's name is killing me, nude body alongside a Houston road just 3 miles from her apartment. The cause of death wasn't immediately apparent. Authorities said her body showed no outward signs of trauma. While final results from the autopsy are still pending, the coroner's office says they have not ruled out foul play. Yes, Hank, I don't think she went and killed herself and hid her naked body in the bushes.
3 miles from her house, that sounds to me like the guy who didn't want to call her in missing had a heat of passion, probably strangulation. They got to see if that little bone was broken in her neck and threw her off the side of the road because he freaked out.
Yeah. The doctor is going to do her usual thorough exam and she'll be released, and she will release the cause of and manner of death when she's finished.
And took her clothes off to make it look like a sex crime.
Yeah. But we're not ruling out anything. Those close to Alexis insist someone must have murdered her, the outgoing young woman, a naked female in her 20s found in the bushes. Her friend Kelsey Turnbow tells reporters it's definitely foul play. This is something straight out of a horror film. Alexis and Tom Sharkley were having marital problems, but she had not filed for divorce yet. Tom has denied those rumors. Internet commenters soon began pointing fingers at Tom, prompting him to take a social media to defend himself. While some of you were posting on social media helping us locate my world, others were wasting time talking about other things, he wrote on Facebook. Basically, crap talk. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. I've been assisting the deputies and making phone calls to find out what happened to my wife.
So you can see what they know, motherfucker. We know what's up. And while you're talking to Facebook, you need to be getting yourself a lawyer.
Next time, stop and think and realize you don't know it all. Yeah, I think he's guilty.
I think he allegedly. I think so too.
Yeah. I don't know. Sounds like they were having some issues, and she's on Instagram getting all kinds of comments and stuff, and he probably had some kind of jealous freak out, and maybe
didn't leave me for too many years online.
Maybe didn't mean to kill her, but did, and then freaked out and went and dumped her somewhere.
Yeah, definitely sounds like heat of passion. He freaked out and did it. That wasn't. I would say that's not a murder in the first. Probably a murder in the second, manslaughter.
Or, on the other hand, devil's advocate, it could have been just some crazy ass psycho stalker that tracked her down.
Nope. The guy would have called her in missing.
Yeah.
And he would not be fighting with people on frickin' Facebook over it. You're too upset. He's trying to defend himself. And when you're innocent, that's not what you do.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I saw that, he hadn't reported her missing like one of her friends did, I was like, dude, that's your wife. You don't think you might report her missing?
That's when the light bulbs went out.
Yeah. But anyway.
And you know how I feel about men that, hurt women.
Yep.
And get away with it. No, I don't recognize her though from Instagram.
Yeah, she was an Instagram influencer, but she hadn't influenced me in any way because I didn't recognize her either. But hey, you know, keep my circle small. So yeah, she was probably making money off Instagram and probably getting hit on by every creepy, strange dude and girl out there. And he probably just had a freak out since they
And
were.
her threatening to like leave him.
Yeah. I see the plan unraveling.
Well, creep couldn't handle it.
Nope, he didn't.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy people. Crazy people. And you know, as morbid as both of those were, I'm proud to say neither one of them were in Florida. Florida got a week off. Although I'm sure there's plenty of crazy shit that went down here in good old sunny, but not so warm Florida this morning. Yeah, I live in Florida. And when the guy showed up at my house this morning with the devil machine from hell to clear my property, I had to move my car out of the driveway so he could get down the side of my house with it. And I had to scrape my windows. I had to scrape ice off my windows. And I live in Florida. That's not right.
And I haven't had to scrape ice yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent you that little video last night. All
Mhm.
in my boat and like ice everywhere. Everything. My dogs, I took them out this morning at like 7 in the morning. They ran out in the yard and they stopped and like looked and then looked back at me and they're like, "Why is the grass crunchy, Father?"
They're so yellow out there in that snow.
Why is the grass crunching under our cold feet?
Their little tiny feet.
Yeah, there was a tree like up in my yard, this ugly ass tree that got planted, and it just wasn't growing good. And I told the dude running this machine, I was like, "Hey, can you take this tree out too, by the way?" And there's big, huge hole right by the tree that my dog had dug, and she's like dug up the backyard, and he had seen me out there, like I had him on the leash earlier, you know, and I and he's like, "Well, if I bring the machine up in your yard, it's probably gonna make a mess." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, whatever." I said, I'll rake the yard, whatever. My dog's already dug a big ass hole here. And he's like, "Yeah, where is that dog? I saw your little ones. Where's the one that dug this hole?" I said, "That little one is the one that dug this hole." He's like, "No way." That little dog didn't dig this big ass hole.
Hell, he didn't.
He did. So that is a digging fool. 10 pounds of backyard excavation. Yeah, the hole is like 2 feet deep and probably 8 feet around. She's dug up the roots of the tree. No wonder the damn tree was dying.
Damn. You need to get her to be like a shroom sniffing dog, you know, like a truffle dog or something.
Yeah.
Not shrooms, I meant truffles.
Shroom digging dog.
A shroom sniffing dog.
Come on there, little Dixie. We're going to the cat patty.
Come on, little doggy. Okay.
Yeah, like ice on my windshield. That's just ridiculous.
You want to know what's ridiculous? Let me see. I'll tell you what's ridiculous. China's Iron Crotch masters fight to preserve painful-looking tradition.
Yeah, now these guys are hardcore. This is real.
This is real. Iron Crotch Kung Fu requires a steel plate capped log that swings through the air and smashes into a man's crotch. somewhere in China, and this guy's name is Wang.
Of course it is.
Wang is no ordinary kung fu master. The 65-year-old from a village in central China practices a unique and excruciating looking strand of martial arts coined iron crotch kung fu. Its most famous technique involves a steel plate capped log, 2 meters in length and weighing 40 kilograms, which is 88 pounds, that swings through the air and smashes a man's crotch. When you practice iron crotch kung fu, as long as you push yourself, you will feel great, said Wang, head of the martial arts academy. Wang, who has been practicing the technique for around half a century, has 2 children, insists that with the correct methods and sufficient practice, it does not hurt, has no effect on fertility. The iron crotch mastery, in which is gained by taking hits to the body's weakest points while using breathing techniques on oneself, is just one element of the branch of Tong Bi Quan Kung Fu that has been practiced in Wang's village for the past 300 years. My apologies for getting that wrong. The style encompasses scores of attack techniques as well as resisting pressure, pain, or hits to other sensitive areas. We also have iron throat, iron head, iron chest, and iron back as well, said fellow master 53-year-old Tang. So we've got Wang and Tang. We also have the style of kung fu practiced by those in Juntan village on the outskirts of the ancient capital was historically a fiercely guarded secret, but concern has grown that fewer and fewer people were taking it up and might not survive. There were once around 200 people regularly practicing in the village, said Tang, but now there are just 20. The number that can practice the iron crotch technique has dropped from around 80 to just 5. That's why Wang and his fellow masters started to actively promote their style of kung fu, adopting the swinging log device in 2016 to demonstrate the iron crotch technique where previously villagers had kicked, punched, or used bricks or sticks. The efforts have helped them gain several new students in cities across the country who lean on social media or custom-made videos posted online. If there are more students carry it forward and spread it to the whole country and the world, if they can carry this form of kung fu forward, then my dream will come true, said Wang. So who's first?
Yeah, I would go, but I got to rearrange my sock drawer that day, so I'm gonna have to bail on that Wang Chung nut kung fu rigmarole stuff.
So do they do that so when they do get in a fight and get kicked in the nuts, it doesn't hurt as bad because they can take it from an 88-pound ironclad stick, swinging stick?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you want to like disable a guy, you just kick him in the nuts. That usually does the trick. But you kick this guy in the nuts, and he's just like, "That's all you have."
Yeah, he laughs like on Mortal Kombat.
Your foot not weigh 88 pounds.
And that's why they got the iron throat lung, because those are all your points. So if you can take a hit from that crap, then a mortal human being.
Yeah, I've actually seen this guy. Like, I haven't seen him in person. Yeah, he was over at the house. I was kicking him in the nuts the other night. Now I've seen video of this guy, and I mean, for real, this dude's like taking a blunt blow to the nuts and just like not even flinching. It's insane. Like it literally lifts his feet off the floor. Yeah. Everybody loves kung fu fighting.
I mean, to each their own, and I'm not making fun of their, techniques. It's been around for a very long time. I'm sure it does serve some sort of a purpose. I just think that's a hard one to promote to younger generations that know that hurts.
Yeah. And my question is, did he have those kids before he started taking these blows to the nuts?
That's what my question was too. Like, how soon?
Because, I'm no medical expert, but I know getting kicked in the nuts is not a healthy, like, it's not good for you. Your nuts can rupture and like maybe he has balls of steel, apparently.
Maybe he can suck them inside.
Yeah, maybe he's a robot.
Like grapes.
Yeah.
They suck up. And then he gets smacked and drops them back out.
What happens to me when it gets cold?
Go gadget nuts.
Go gadget nuts. Shoot, shoot. Pew, pew. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we're in a really weird mood today, y'all.
Yeah.
We're leaving one of those days.
See, they should have had, like, when Jackass was around, when they were all getting kicked in the nuts and stuff, they should have brought this guy on there.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
You did what, huh?
I say I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Yeah.
Iron ball technique.
Iron crotch.
Iron crotch. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. So moving along. Went from dicks to balls. What's next?
Okay, well, according to India, President Trump is well aware of the existence of aliens.
Oh, yeah.
That was coming out today. So a former Israeli space security chief says aliens exist and that Trump knows about it. And, we've got the little video clip where he's with his son and makes a comment like, maybe one day he might say something or not. People speculate how much presidents know, how much he knows, how much they don't. So this is just another thing like that. But amid debates about the existence of aliens, a former Israeli space security chief has said there is an existence of galactic federation, and Israel and the U.S. have been dealing with aliens for years. Hamish Sheed, 87-year-old former space security chief, gave further descriptions about exactly what sort of agreements have been made between the aliens and the U.S., which have been made because they wish to research and understand the fabric of the universe. The Jerusalem Post reported, quoting an Israeli media outlet, whatever. He further said the cooperation includes a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives. During the interview with the Israeli Daily, Sheed emphasized that the U.S. President Donald Trump is aware of them and that he was on the verge of informing everyone of their existence. However, the Galactic Federation reportedly stopped him from doing so, saying they wished to prevent mass hysteria since they felt humanity needed to evolve and reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are, they reported. Speaking on why he chose to reveal this information now, he said, if I had come up with what I'm saying today 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized. Today, they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received my degrees and awards. I'm respected in universities abroad, where the trend is also changing, he added. And so there was a lot of articles. I seen it today, like NBC, ABC, like all these mainstream media reporting on it. I chose this article since, it had to do with out there and it was them reporting on it. But yeah. So what do you guys think?
See, that's what I like about Trump is, he can't be bought. They can't make him shut up. And that's why they hate him so fucking much, because he just gives them the finger and does what he wants to do. Says what he wants to say.
Yeah. Do you think there's any truth to any of this here? What they're saying?
I probably, and it always makes me wonder too, because they never really talk about it. But if you start, delving into Trump's family history and blah blah blah, there's a whole link to Tesla there, where his grandfather or something ended up with a bunch of Tesla's work and notes and all kinds of crap like that. So there's some weirdness in the family lineage there that gets seldom talked about.
Definitely.
And I always said if I could go back in time to like hang out with somebody, I'd go hang out and drink a cold one with Tesla. Or just sit there like a fly on the wall. I probably wouldn't understand anything he's doing, but it'd be a hella cool place to hang out for the day.
Well, I don't know if I've got anything left to read. Oh, you've got the pew pew.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Speaking of aliens. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Let's see if this will play. Jamie found this article. World's first Star Wars inspired lightsaber earns a Guinness record. Let me find the article here. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, that's awesome. It's gone. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. A Canadian YouTuber earned a Guinness World Record by taking his engineering skills to a galaxy far, far away and building the world's first retractable proto lightsaber. James Hobson said he and his team at Hacksmith Industries were inspired by the Star Wars films to create their own version of a retractable plasma lightsaber. The lightsaber has a hilt designed to resemble those used by the Jedi Knights, but it's attached to tanks of liquid propane and gas and oxygen gas to create a high level of heat required to make the plasma beam. The blade can be extended and retracted with the push of a button. The innovation earned Hobson a Guinness World Record for creating the first retractable proto lightsaber. The video shared by Guinness shows Hobson using the lightsaber to cut through objects, including a stormtrooper mannequin and various metals. So I'm going to see if this video will play right from the place where it resides. Will it play? Let's see.
Hello there. We've just made the world's first retractable plasma-based lightsaber. Oh my god, that looks incredible. I think you've outdone yourself on this one, Barton. Look at the detail in that. If that's not steampunk, I don't know what is. But the real question is, how are we going to power this? In this case, LPG, compressed liquid propane gas. We're talking about normal propane that you use in your barbecue. This nozzle right here costs over $4,000, and it's used in the glassblowing industry. To achieve maximum temperature, we need complete combustion, which means in addition to this propane, we're actually going to be using oxygen as well. That doesn't sound dangerous,
And
right?
yes, it does come in different colors.
Anyways, let's see how it works. First, turn on the propane. Then we turn on the oxygen, some safety glasses, and the sparker. So look at that. Is that not a lightsaber? This beam is really cool. It's actually burning at around 4,000 Fahrenheit, which means it's capable of cutting through a lot of stuff. Should we cut through some stuff? So this is actually our old lightsaber blade made of titanium. And look at that. It's already white hot. That is so bright. Jesus. The really cool thing about doing a flame like this is we can actually color it using salts. Let's start with some boric acid. What color do you think it's going to turn the blade?
Here you go.
Got your guesses?
Multicolors.
Green.
Woo, look at that. Next up, we have calcium chloride. Woo! Look at that red-orange. That almost hurts to look at. We have some strontium chloride. Woo! That is like a road flare. This actually hurts to look at. Look at that. Finally, we have some sodium chloride, also known as salt. Woo! And look at that. We've got Ray's lightsaber right here. Is that not cool? So we're able to produce a blue lightsaber, a green lightsaber, a red lightsaber, an amber lightsaber, and even a yellow lightsaber. How awesome is that? I should probably turn this off though.
Pretty badass.
That took a lot of fine tuning to get the blade to the right length. And turning it off wasn't the most elegant. Luckily, Bogdan's going to be actually making a circuit with two fancy valves, which means we'll actually be able to get a computer to control the flow of gas to allow for this to ignite and retract with the press of a button. We did it, the world's first retractable plasma-based lightsaber. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe.
That's some pretty cool nerdy tech right there.
That's why I love nerds. I got to carry on a whole backpack and shit, but still. That's pretty badass.
Yeah. I can see those getting people in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
To cut my friend in half. Next thing I know is whole top of his body just fell on the floor.
Like that piano string scene.
Yeah. Ghost ship. Was that?
Yeah, Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
When that line snaps and they just all.
Yep. Yeah, here's the.
Sure.
I think that's the link.
Oh, you got it for?
That there's a long link. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, in the nerd world, hell, I'm sure they won't be cheap.
I think that's just prototype.
But, you know, if you're going to invent weird gadgets, a lightsaber's pretty...
Very dangerous.
Yeah, 4,000 degrees. Let's just say 4,000 degrees. Is it dangerous? Yeah. In the wrong hands, or man, any hands, it could very likely be very dangerous. 4,000 degrees is not apologetic to whatever it comes across.
All fun and games till someone melts an eyeball.
Yeah. I had the same kind of look and thought on my face when I saw this machine that cleared my land today. There was like a 30-foot pine tree, and this thing just goes up to it, and it raises up, and it goes into the tree and snaps the tree off, and then just goes and just mows the whole tree up in like less than, like, it was like seconds. It was like less than a minute. The whole tree was gone. It was just completely shredded.
I
A whole
just forgot the word of a tree chopper, like a wood chipper. So it's a robot wood chipper.
No, he was driving it. It was like a cat, you know, big cat, like, looked like a bulldozer, but it had this big, wicked ass grinder thing on the front of it. This big, just grinder wheel of death on the front of it. Like if you fell into this machine, you would be dead in so many pieces they wouldn't even be able to find you. It was just amazing.
I already thought about that for a body, but did you get to drive it?
No. But it was just insanely wicked. I'm thinking, well, there's just one guy and he's just got this one machine. I'm like, you gonna have any helpers or anything? And he was like, no, it's just me. I was like, okay, this is gonna take forever. And when I saw that thing in action, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get me one of these. It was insane.
See, that's cool. He just has to invest once into the machine and then blade, upkeep and all that, but charge then to go, especially being in Florida.
Yeah.
Make good money on that.
Yeah. 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 These guys are awesome. I found them on like Craigslist or something. And, I've called several people because I want to get a fence put up, and I've called several fence people, never got a call back. I've called several people about getting an estimate for clearing the land. Don't even get a call back. I saw this guy's ad and I'm like, oh, it sounds cool. I called him up. He answered the phone and was like, yeah. And as far as the estimate goes, I thought he would come out and look at the property, and he's like, can you shoot me some pictures of it? And I said, well, yeah, I got some drone pictures of my property. And then I just went out back and shot some pictures, texted him the pictures over. He gave me a quote, which was like super reasonable for the amount of work they did. And dude showed up this morning, a couple days later, and knocked it out. They're called Southern Touch Tree Service and Land Management. If you need any anything, they do all kinds of stuff. Sod, everything, trees, stump grinding. They got all kind of crazy robotic machines and all kinds of stuff. If you're in Florida, anywhere in the state, they'll hook you up. Highly recommended. Yeah, it was funny. My neighbor was like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to hold off. And like within 10 minutes of the work going on this morning, he came out and he was like, oh, damn. Yeah, let's work something out. Yeah, I did see some shooting stars outside here too.
It didn't let me change my comment. I wanted to say hello. Yeah, there you go. Hello, Walter. My thing, and it kept, my name kept showing up under somebody else's name, and it kept putting her comment with my picture. Anyways, that's my friend Walter from high school.
Oh, cool.
He's one that got the 69 Charger.
Ah.
He bought that 69.
Well, we haven't done a Legends and Lore video for a couple of weeks, so I got one of those to throw in.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. If I can find it, I do. Yeah, here we go.
I'm getting a thing popping up saying, share this video with High Life Group. I don't belong to High Life Group.
Miller High Life?
No, it's got a little pot leaf.
Ah.
So many of you guys belong in that group.
Yeah, Zariana. I was like, my trees were like cringing today when this guy showed up with this machine. I kind of felt bad for some of them, but hey, they were.
Aww.
I left all the big ones. Normally somebody would like.
Trees do scream. We
Yeah.
heard them scream when they did my mom's plum trees. They do scream.
Yeah. They were just like, I could, I have like 75 by 50 feet of backyard now that I didn't have before. And it was cool because I guess it's cool. I've always wondered about my property in the back because I've walked back in there a few times and checked it out. And there was like almost like a little foundation of something back there in the woods. And he comes off the machine, he comes over to me and he's like, hey man, there's a big ass hole in the back of your property back here. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, how big is it? And he's like, big enough to swallow up my whole machine. And I was like, oh wow. I said, well, I guess just push a bunch of shit in it, and try to fill it up a little bit. He's like, all right. And then he comes back a few minutes later. He's like, dude, he's like, there's water coming out of that hole. It's like an artesian well or a spring or something. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, don't push stuff in it then. So apparently I have a spring or a well or natural water source in the back of my property. I've always had a weird feeling back there. Like it used to be I don't know. There was never this property. There was never any houses in my time or the last 100 or 200 years that I know of. There was never anything here. But apparently there was something here because there's a well or a spring back there, and there's some sort of little foundation of a rudimentary house or something back there.
Try to find if there was an outhouse. That's the best place to find expensive bottles.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Like now that my property's clear, I'm gonna go back there and dig around.
Yeah, you are.
See if there's any weirdness in the ground.
Oh, yeah, you are. And I'm going to live vicariously through you.
Yeah, it'd be cool to find some stuff back there. Yeah, a sinkhole. That's what I thought at first until I went back there and saw water coming out of the ground. But I do live kind of next to a swamp too, so could be a sinkhole. And that swamp that, they told me, yeah, there'll never be houses here. And my road is a dead end. There's a cul-de-sac, and I was supposed to be the last house on the left, just like the movie. But they told me when it came time to build my house, oh yeah, you're gonna have to take one lot up because we can't build on this one. Well, a year later, they knocked on the door and they're like, hey, I know we said that you couldn't build on that lot that you wanted, but we're gonna build a house, so you're gonna have a neighbor. And now my neighbor told me that she heard that they're going to build more houses in the swamp that's full of cypress trees, which are illegal to cut down.
We have cypress trees out here. I lived on Cypress Street, and we've got our cypress trees on the coast. Very beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of little cypress trees on my property. Didn't cut those down.
I don't
Yeah.
know if ours are illegal to cut down or not, though.
Yeah, they definitely are here. But yet, if you
But
have
you
enough
guys can pick poppies. We can't.
Could be a sinkhole. God, speaking of sinkholes, I was watching a Mr. Ballin on YouTube that does all the crazy stories, and he did a sinkhole story of a guy. This dude, this poor bastard, was laying in his bed, and his roommate heard all kind of noise and commotion and stuff, and he was like, "What the hell's going on?" And he went and opened his roommate's door, and his roommate's room and roommate were gone.
Hmm?
A sinkhole opened up, and it was here in Florida.
Bro.
A sinkhole opened up under this poor bastard's bedroom and sucked him into the sinkhole in his bed. Talk about a shitty way to go, man.
Dude, those are nightmares. That's a
yeah.
fucking nightmare.
That's like a Freddy Krueger nightmare. Like,
Fuck.
imagine laying in your bed, and next thing you know, you're just being sucked into the ground. And his roommate could hear him screaming. They never found the dude. He's gone. Like, gone. They had to move out of the house because they think the whole house is going to get sucked into the sinkhole now.
I want to cry.
Yeah, man. Just laying in your bed. Next thing you know, the freaking ground just swallows you. That's like a true thing of nightmares right there.
Like you see the videos when like the cars after all the rain and the sinkholes just swallow the cars and swallow this and pieces of the house just suck in. That's always been a nightmare. But that man that had to hear his friend scream, that's never getting out of his head.
No.
You don't forget that.
No. Yeah, I had when I was probably, I think I was probably about 12, maybe. There was a place right down the road from my house, like literally like 2 blocks from my house, that was notorious for wrecks. And it wasn't, I mean, there was an intersection there, but it was just like a little neighborhood intersection. It wasn't like a, big disastrous intersection, but it's a road that comes from the beach, and there's always been this weird hump in the road. And if you're hauling ass, you hit that hump, and it kind of, it's like, whoa, kind of throws you around. Well, one night I was getting ready to go to bed, and I heard this like this big gnarly crash, slam, boom, bang noise, and I'm, wow. And it was a guy in a camper, like a RV, and he'd come through on that road, hit the hump, and like slammed into a tree, and his RV burst into flame. And speaking of never forgetting somebody screaming, I of course, a little kid, I'm like, woo, go outside, jump on my bike, and I ride down to the corner to see what's happening. And yeah, it's something I've never forgotten.
You heard it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Them calling for help in it. There's trapped.
Yeah. And then the scream. It was yeah, the guy got burnt alive in it. It was sucked. I had nightmares for that for a while. But yeah, it's something I remember it like it happened yesterday. So yeah, I can imagine what this guy's roommate must think, Yeah, he said he could hear his friend, but he couldn't see him, couldn't find him in the hole of death that like appeared under his room.
So what do we got for legends and lores tonight?
Oh yeah, I got sidetracked talking about more morbid death stories. Okay, here we go. This one is about voodoo.
Ooh, the voodoo that I love, the voodoo that you do.
So here we go. Tonight's story for Legends and Lore is about voodoo in America, still being actively practiced. And its capital is still New Orleans, Louisiana. African voodoo, New Orleans voodoo, also known as Louisiana voodoo and Mississippi Valley voodoo. It's set in a spiritual belief and practice developed from the traditions of the early African people who brought it to Louisiana. The official term for this practice is voodoo. Voodoo was brought to French Louisiana in the colonial period by slaves from West Africa, 1719 and 1730. Okay, come on. 31. With them came their languages, cultural practices, and religious beliefs that were rooted in spirit, respect for elders, and ancestor worship. Their knowledge of herbs, poisons, and the ritual creation of charms and amulets intended to protect themselves or harm others became key elements of Louisiana voodoo. These voodoo followers most often used amulets and charms in their daily lives for healing, protection, guidance, and to keep a connection with their loved ones. Talismans, charms, and amulets are called ogana. An ogana for evil purpose is called a wanga. These usually contain toxic roots of the figular maudit tree that had been brought from Africa and preserved in Louisiana. The ground-up root was then combined with other ingredients, including bones, nails, other roots, holy water, holy candles, holy incense, holy bread, or crucifixes. Voodoo practices also include readings, spiritual baths, prayer, rituals, singing, chanting, drumming, trance-like states, and personal ceremony. It can be used to cure anxiety, addictions, depression, loneliness, as well as to help poor, hungry, and the sick. Because these early slaves were held in large groups, relatively isolated from interaction with the white settlers, their preservation of African traditions were kept intact. However, the slaves were also influenced by their owners' beliefs in Catholicism and soon emerged with their own rituals. Therefore, New Orleans voodoo is known as voodoo Catholicism. This type of voodoo asserts that one God does not interfere in daily lives, but that spirits do, and that connection with these spirits can be obtained through various rituals such as dance, music, chanting, and even snakes. After the slave revolt in Haiti in 1791, many of the slaves fled to New Orleans, and voodoo was bolstered upon their arrival. As many freed people of color began to practice the rituals, it became an important part of their cultural, and their 19th century voodoo queens and kings had become spiritual and political figures of power. Congo Square, now located at Armstrong Park, once served as a gathering place for enslaved Africans. Here they practiced their traditions and culture, including voodoo, when hundreds of people would gather to form drum circles and spiritual ceremonies. In its heyday, Marie Laveau, from 1794 to 1881, was the most famous voodoo queen. Practicing voodoo from 1820 to 1840, she was also a devout Catholic and attended Mass at St. Louis Cathedral. A free woman of color, she lived with her adopted children on St. Anne Street in the French Quarter, where many people stopped to ask her for help. Laveau was also known as the Widow Paris after the death of her first husband, Jacques Paris. Her home was adorned with candles, images of saints, altars, and items to protect the house from spirits. She was known to feed the hungry, raise the sick, nurse the sick, visited prisoners, and helped enslaved servants to escape. She also performed exorcisms, offered sacrifices to spirits, treated patients with massage, teas, herbs, salves, tinctures. Even politicians, lawyers, and businessmen sought her advice before making big decisions. She lived until the age of 86, when she died in June of 1881. She was buried at the St. Louis Cemetery, No. 1. Many visitors leave koans, paper flowers, talismans, and other offerings at her tomb still to this day. Her old home has been incorporated into the St. Anne in the Marie Laveau Annex, where visitors can rent a cottage for the night. It's located at 1013 St. Anne's, New Orleans. The most famous king of New Orleans was Bayou John, more formally called Dr. John. He was born in Senegal, West Africa, enslaved and taken to Cuba. He eventually made his way to New Orleans as a cotton roller. Later, he bought property on Bayou Road and became known as an excellent voodoo healer and fortune teller. It was Dr. John who taught Marie Laveau. During the 1930s, true voodoo went underground when New Orleans became a tourist destination. At that time, a number of businesses were started, charging money as true voodoo followers never did. They also began to sell fake potions, powders, and gree-grease, a voodoo amulet believed to protect the wearer from evil or bring luck. Today, voodoo lives on in New Orleans as many people continue to practice the rituals and others see it as part of their culture. It is also a major tourist attraction. The Voodoo Spiritual Temple across the street from Congo Square in New Orleans, only formerly established Voodoo Temple. The temple serves voodoo practitioners and combines elements from other regions and religions. The Cultural Center next door offers handmade voodoo dolls, blessed candles, gree-grees, mojo bags, oils, herbs, incense, art, and more. The New Orleans Historic Voodoo Museum at 724 Dumaine Street in French Quarter tells the story about the voodoo history of New Orleans. Opened up in 1972, visitors will see historic voodoo relics, paintings, sculptures, and other artifacts. The museum also provides daily tours of the St. Louis Cemetery and the New Orleans French Quarter. Voodoo Queen Marie Laveau's tomb can be visited at the St. Louis Cemetery, where all manner of offerings are left for her. Shops selling charms, gree-grees, candles, and powders cater to both tourists and practitioners. So apparently, voodoo is still going strong in New Orleans. What do you think? Do you know anybody that does voodoo? Yeah, when Sam was living here in this room, she had a real voodoo doll in here.
I really think it's still strong in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
We've got 28 or 27 minutes, and a lot of people would like a card read. There's a couple of ghost boxes, but it looks like more people would like a card read.
We can do that. And we can run the ghost box at the same time.
We can do that.
We can multitask.
I've been using my moon cards for myself again. So. But these witches' wisdom cards, I think, are kind of fun.
Oh. Yeah.
Because these ones give me the little ritual and stuff with them. I don't think we have time to do these ones tonight.
Yeah, I'll use the vibrational energy cards from Debbie Anderson because they're short and sweet. Two. Or you say pull the second card.
I think I'm going to use my Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. These ones have a short meaning, and those ones used to be my go-to cards all the time. They're very accurate.
Yeah, I'm here. Cheesecake Mafia. What do you use? Android or iOS, iPhone or Android?
Yeah, because if you have Android, Paranormal Shadow Investigations, Matt Payne has a lot of free or $1.99 apps that are really good.
Yeah, she's got Android. So yeah, go to the Google Play Store and go to Paranormal Shadow Investigations. And there, Matt has a bunch of really good apps on there. There's some really cheap ones, and then there's a ton of free ones.
All right, I'm gonna pull a card for Ariana. Did you do her?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna do her. Pop-up card support. And so we see all your angels around supporting, like they're looking down. I open right to the page. So the card meaning, God, the angels, and the ascended masters who love, protect, and guide are watching over you right now. You are not alone and you are safe. This card reassures you that you are part of an awesome and powerful team of benevolent beings. They surround, guide, and love you constantly. If you are in danger, they will intervene with warnings or life-saving measures. If you are afraid, they will confront you with the energy of divine love. If you are confused, they will whisper guidance in your ear. By drawing this card, your angels and guides ask you to talk to them more frequently. Have mental conversations with them about everything, and you will soon see evidence of their existence. Soon the angels will enlist you to help other people. If you've ever felt doubtful about your ability to help others, ask the angels to help you release those fears.
Cool. I was shuffling this deck, and I had a pop-up card. So I'll do one for Lori. It is this card right here. What is this card? It's upside down. It is Clean Sweep, the Clean Sweep card. It's a window with bright white light coming through it. And it says, Clean Sweep. Every year, take time to spring clean your soul. Cleanse yourself from non-benefiting beliefs in your life. Remove the cobwebs. Sweep away your fears and doubts. And dust the corners of your mind, allowing new viewpoints and life values to enter and reside there. Once everything is spotless, take in a deep breath and set your soul free again.
And I'm shuffling for Breer. I think she wanted a card.
Spirits is Peter Bishop here tonight? Yes.
Signs.
Yeah.
So for Breer, this is your signs card. And again, I opened to the page. Card meaning, pay careful attention to the messages the angels give you now. You have asked for a sign and they deliver it. Notice and trust these signs. You've asked for heaven to help you. Now it's up to you to pay attention to the evidence of their help. This card signifies that your angels are trying to get your attention with signs. They might ask a butterfly or a bird to fly near you, or they might compel you to hear a song several times. They might put an object in your path so that you have to notice it. Drawing this card is also a sign from your angels. They're trying to get through. Please notice. You can ask your angels to give you a sign whenever you have a question or a decision to make. Usually it's not a good idea to specify what type of sign you'd like. Leave that up for the angels. They're pretty good at making their presence known.
Cool.
Been lots of signs lately.
All right. Heather wanted a card. I had another pop-up card here. It is the End of Days card. Sounds fitting for right now, huh? End of days. Who knows? Are we in the end of days? Could be. Let's see what it says.
They will Alex.
The end of days. The Bible talks of an apocalypse, the day of judgment, an end of days. It describes this as destruction of mankind, whereas the true meaning is much greater and far more conceptual. The vibration of something ending means it opens the universal energies to accepting something new. Accept where you have reached in this journey. So it goes back to the old one door closes, another door opens type of thing. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Who's trying to talk to us tonight?
What?
I keep having these pop-up cards.
Oh. Right on.
That was for Heather, I believe.
Yep. What deck
Not
is
sure if Laura wanted on.
The two. I think you wanted the final. Complete. Not complete. He's a gosh.
Cheesecake Mafia wants a card.
Just so you don't get.
Well, that was weird. E-box just shut off.
Is that what just happened? And you got blessings, Cheesecake Mafia.
Mr. Mayor was nice. Some more.
card meaning God and the angels are helping you right now. Continue to ask for their help and then accept it when it comes, and it always does. The angels want you to know that you have extra blessings around you right now. Perhaps you have recently experienced some challenges, or maybe you are currently asking for extra help. Either way, the angels surround you now with more divine love than ever. Additional angels are with you, giving an added cushion of love and light. Sometimes you may feel as if God and the angels have abandoned you. This card seeks to remind you that they are not gone and they cannot leave you ever. It is only our fear that makes us blind and mute to the presence of our angels. Yet your angels can lift away your fears if you will ask and then let them. You are truly blessed and very, very loved by God and the angels. And when they use the word God in these, whatever your highest power is, if it's not God, just replace it with what your higher power is.
Who was that for?
That was for Cheesecake Mafia. And this deck is the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, as Rihanna. You can see how worn out this deck is.
It was cool last week when I went down to see Debbie. I don't think she's in here tonight. She gave me a deck. It's in the other room, or I would be using it. It's a cool deck, though. Anybody else want a card? We got a few minutes left. Spirits, can you tell us? Can you tell us who Philip Bishop is? No, that's pretty cool. Pleased? Can I ask? Can I say please?
Good.
They. Hunger.
Do you want to pull one for Shuri?
Yeah.
Sherry? I thought we pulled one for Laura, or I think I just asked and I don't know if I got a response.
It is.
No.
It is the Giggle Factor card.
Ooh, I like the giggle factor.
No. That.
The Giggle Factor says, take time to listen to a child's laughter. There is no pretense, no falseness, no deceit. The giggle comes from the vibrational core of an excitable amusement and openness to just be in the moment. There's a pure heart that is released into the world, which is infectious and delightful. Learn to laugh again and let go of anything that doesn't serve you. And I always say laughter is like one of the best medicines there is.
Definitely.
Even if you're in a situation where you think you might have something in your house or whatever that's like not good, it's always good to, like, whatever, throw a party, have a good time, laugh,
Get that good energy going.
yeah. And a lot of times that good energy, that laughing energy, that having a good time, everybody in a good mood, that higher energy will make whatever's hanging around hit the fucking trail.
Because you're raising your vibration, and anytime you raise your vibration.
Yep.
There's me.
Okay, we're listening.
Four. No,
You're on the third.
40.
You're 40.
What? Right.
You're just a whippersnapper.
D.
Well,
I'm older than the ghost.
I am something else.
can
Five.
40 what? Are you saying you're
There.
40?
Two.
I'm going to be 57 soon.
I heard wolf.
Yeah.
Nice, sorry.
Bleep.
Hunger.
It's not right. No.
Has
Uno.
Dos.
mammoth.
Mustard. Regular money.
Okay. From Nate.
Who's trying to talk with us tonight?
Salvage. Hanging over.
All right, spirits, we got just a few minutes left.
One.
That's all I have. Huh?
We
Again? Want us to know where you're at.
What are you? You?
Stop.
Why does the name Philip Bishop keep coming out for everyone? You told me once that Philip Bishop wasn't human. Is that true?
I keep hearing like wee wee, like French. Like, yes.
Yeah.
You speak some French, right, Rob? Or no?
Very little. I've been
Or
to,
you just went to France?
I went to France where they
Okay.
wear underpants.
Was there a hole in the wall?
No, but I did go to the world's largest nudist colony. Capital of France.
Armpits?
Oh, there's everything.
There was a group of gals bathing along the Modesto, this waterway between like the highways, and The guys I was with, they're like, oh, pull over, pull over, pull over. We pull over. There was some men in there, some women, and boy, was there lots of hair. They're like, never mind, get back in the car, get back in the car.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yes. They've got a message for you.
Do you have a message for me? Philip?
No.
What's Philip's last name?
Rob.
Yeah.
House.
Say it again. Say it again, huh? All right, spirits, we got 4 minutes left. Can you use your energy to give us a really good, clear message?
Side of
Liberty.
And justice for all.
Not much of that no more.
Yeah, really. Are we losing our liberty?
Is there anything that mankind should know that could help? Talk over to Rob's box for me, please. What should humanity know that could help? Please. I know that's what you're saying. We have to figure it out ourselves. I think a dog barking.
Yeah. Pillow. I'm going to hit my pillow pretty soon tonight.
I don't want to hit my pillow because I don't want to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then have to drive all the way there. So many chances to turn around.
So who is Philip Bishop? Keep saying his name.
Derek?
Told me who told me who
Say it again. Say it again.
No, I didn't like that sound.
Yeah.
I stood my life.
All right, spirits. It's 2 a.m. my time, so that means the show has come to an end.
And I get to make a special treat today.
La, la,
Mm.
So we're gonna turn the box off
la.
in 5, 4,
No, no. Means
3, 2, 1. Good night, spirits. Thanks for
Thank
talking.
you.
We will talk again. So there you go. That brings us to the end of the show. You guys have a great rest of the week. Stay safe in the weird world. We'll see you Sunday night on Paranormal Soup. I can't remember who the guest is.
I haven't seen the new flyer yet, I don't believe.
Last week's show was interesting. It was all about unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there might be something to it.
You never know.
Never know. Could have a unicorn drinking from my mystical spring.
Well, out there.
Yeah.
You could come in the morning and he's like,
Yep.
he looks up at you with his horn. He's like,
Yep.
he's like, come on over here. And then like you get on his back and then you guys are like flying on the rainbow
Yeah.
together.
He farts rainbow dust.
He has wings.
Take off. What's it? I wanted to ask what was the difference between a unicorn and a Pegasus. But I never got.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Well, is that the wings or no?
Yeah, Pegasus has wings. So maybe that's a flying unicorn. I don't know. Should have asked. We had
I know you should have when you had him on. I know he brought up the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is something that never seen, but it's a mythical thing that I really use a lot of and represent.
Yep.
So whether it's an actual real thing or not, it is to me.
Yep.
Because it stands for something.
Exactly. Phoenix rising from the ashes.
I rose up from that stuff again tonight.
Yep.
Got to witness some karma.
Karma has a way of finding itself.
Mm-hmm. And when you get to and to have the pleasure of knowing, no matter what, people do certain things, and I might not be there to see it, but it's going to happen. But when you actually have a front seat to it, what a treat.
Yep.
It's like, thank you, universe. You gave that to me special.
Yeah, I'll send you a pic of that deck, Lori. It's kind of a cool deck. It's an angel deck. It's basically for getting messages from loved ones who have moved on. So anyways, there you go. There you have it. End of the show. I'm ridiculously tired and delirious. So I'm going to grab a shower and probably go to bed relatively soon. Who am I kidding? I'll be up for several more hours.
Yeah, I'm going to go for my walk, come back, lay down, and I'll still have my phone next to me for a couple until we fall asleep. And I'm messaging Rob like this, wake up like this in the morning with like, why.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh, damn, that never sent last night, Rob.
Yeah. I got a message from you and it was like PPPPFFFQR.
Like, dude, it looked like you were like messaging me all night, but you never said anything. But your little dots were like going.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. I accidentally video call you, and I'm just like,
yeah, I think I've done that a couple of times.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us again for Weird Wednesday. We'll see you again next week, same time, same crazy bet channel, and we'll probably talk about who knows, dicks and balls and fart jokes and who knows what.
Hopefully
Your
something
world.
better than what we've been hearing.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see you then. Thanks. Have a great week. Bye-bye.